Okay, so here is a short little video on treatment planning, active treatment plans, inactive treatment plans, and saved treatment plans. So to start off, this is what your basic treatment plan window looks like. So as of right now, we have nothing on the treatment plan. You can see we will always have at least one active treatment plan. The sidebar here shows where you can do a new treatment plan, save a treatment plan. You can also do planned appointments from this screen as well. So if we go to our test patient, we can see that she has nothing on her treatment plan currently. So we'll add a couple things here. We'll do a crown on 18. We'll do a couple fillings here as well. Okay, so now that those are under our treatment plan, if we go back to the treatment plan window, it'll show up in our active treatment plan. So you can see we have the crown and the couple fillings there. So one quick way to remove these from the active treatment plan so that they don't show up on our tooth chart anymore, you can double click on the active treatment plan under the treatment plan bar up at the top, and any items that you want to inactivate, you can highlight and then move them over to the available procedures bar. And you can push OK. And if we go back to our chart, you'll see that they are no longer reflected on the patient's chart and the treatment plan. And you won't find them on the comm log either. So then they show up here. So they are in the inactive unassigned treatment plan box. If you want to get those back to the active treatment plan, double click on the inactive unassigned treatment plan box, and you'll see all these procedures listed here. Select the ones you want to make active again, make active treatment plan, push OK, and they will go back to the active treatment plan. And then if you look at the inactive treatment plan, that will be empty. Saved treatment plans, that's another way you can kind of create like a snapshot of a treatment plan. So let's say this patient does not want to do the crown on 18, but we want to show that we provided them that option. So what we will do is highlight all the items we need. So everything for tooth number 18 for the crown. And then we will go to save treatment plan. And we are going to name this number 18 PC rejected. And then we will put the date as well. Push OK. So when you create a saved treatment plan, it's basically kind of like a snapshot of an active treatment plan. So just because you create a saved treatment plan, it is still going to show up in the active treatment plan until you delete it. So this treatment plan right here that we saved will always stay in here, even if we go to our active treatment plan and we delete these items here. And you can either do this from this screen or from the main chart. So now we still have our saved treatment plan with everything that we recommended for the crown on 18, but it is no longer in our active treatment plan. If we look at our inactive treatment plan, it does not show up there either. We go back to the chart and it is removed from the treatment plan showing on the chart there, and we can't see it on the comm log either. So a couple different things to note when thinking about, do you do a saved treatment plan or do you move it to inactive? If the patient's kind of going back and forth between a couple different options and you want to just clean up the chart, but you're not really sure what option they're going to choose, moving it into the inactive treatment plan is a great way to clean up the chart without deleting the items that you treatment planned. If it's something that the patient is rejecting, but you want to have record that we offered that as a treatment plan, then doing a saved treatment plan, naming it, and then deleting it from the active treatment plan is a good way to do that in that situation. So we can do another example of moving things to an inactive treatment plan. So we can also delete save treatment plans. So I'll delete that and start fresh here. Okay, so starting from the beginning again, we have our active treatment plan. Nothing else is on the treatment plan. So let's say this patient wants to look at the options of doing an extraction. We'll put that on the treatment plan versus a root canal. So we'll put that on there as well. So let me go to our treatment plan box, and let's say that this person is not 100% sure on what they want to do. They want to see both of the options. So what I typically do in a situation like that is I will take everything that is included with one option. So that's going to be number 1. And then, so this will be option number 2. So doing it this way doesn't necessarily split it into individual visits, but this gives them a subtotal for either option. So it'll be the extraction on the top and then the option for the root canal on the bottom. So then you can print off this treatment plan, give it to the patient. Let's say it's been 6 months. They're still not really sure what they want to do. You want to clean up the chart a little bit, but you don't want to delete everything because they haven't decided the route they want to go. So what I would do in that situation, double click on the active treatment plan. You can highlight everything here, scoot it over, push OK. And now you have an inactive unassigned treatment plan. And when you go to your chart, there is nothing that shows up on that. So then let's say, okay, so let's say the patient comes back and they've decided what they want to do, and we want to move some of these items back into our active treatment plan. So we can double click on our inactive treatment plan. And this is where it can get a little bit confusing. So you actually want to select the items that you are not going to be using. So let's say the patient decided they want to do the extraction and not the root canal. So we'll take that out of here. And we're going to scoot this over to the available procedures box. So now in our treatment plan procedures, we have everything that we need for the extraction of tooth number 18. And we're going to make that an active treatment plan by clicking that button at the bottom here. And we're going to push OK. So now when we see our active treatment plan, we have everything we need for the extraction. We go to the chart. It shows back on the chart that the extraction is treatment planned. If we look at our inactive treatment plans, we can see the option for the root canal is still present. And if we want to, we can clean it up a little bit more by deleting one of our inactive treatment plans. And we will still have this inactive unassigned treatment plan. Couple options from here. We can do this as a saved treatment plan and say that patient rejected root canal on 18, and we can put the date on that. So now we have a treatment plan here that reflects that the patient rejected the root canal. And I believe, yeah, it'll still show up in our inactive until we go through and delete that. So we can delete that out of here now. So now we have our active treatment plan, which is the extraction of tooth number 18. And this is where we can prioritize it if we'd like to. And then obviously the reevaluation will be visit number 2. And we also have our saved treatment plan that includes the option we gave the patient of doing the root canal. And when we look at the chart, the only thing that shows up as active is the extraction. So that's kind of just a basic rundown on different ways that you can use active versus inactive treatment plans and saving treatment plans.